So we are recording. Welcome everybody to today's webinar. My name is Edwige Simon and I'm the director of the Graduate Certificate in Language Teaching with Technology. And it is a program that is offered by the Division of Continuing Education at the University of Colorado Boulder. We started the program a little over 3 years ago, and the program is going well. We started with just 2 or 3 students per class, and now we have very healthy enrollments. I'll tell you a little bit more about the size of the class in a moment. But there's one thing that I want to say right away, because I get a lot of questions about admission. And we do have an admission tab with admission information on our website, but a certificate is not a degree. It's a credential. If you complete the 12 credits, and it's roughly 5 or 6 courses, some courses are 3, 2, or 1 credit. And so if you complete all the courses, you will get a certificate in the mail that you will be able to put on your wall, and you will be able to download transcripts. But because it's not a degree, you don't need to apply, you don't need to send letters of recommendation, and you don't need to email us transcripts. The admission requirements are simple. You need to have a BA, and you need to be a language educator, because if you're not, what we'll do will be completely irrelevant to you. So these are the requirements. The registration process is pretty quick. It's about 20 minutes, and you have to fill out some information about who you are, where you live, your education. But really, other than that, once you filled out this registration form, you can start taking courses. You don't have to apply for the certificate program. You can take 1 course, or you can take all the courses. You can take a break. It's a very, very flexible program. So I wanted to say that for those of you who might just be interested in one of the spring courses or all the spring courses, it's really up to you. It's really not unusual for students to sign up for a course and then decide to do the whole program. So I've introduced myself. I've mentioned those admissions requirements. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides. So I'm going to share my screen and go to my slides. And I'm just going to keep it like this. I have a few tabs open. I'm going to move this window. If at any point you have a question, you can either unmute your microphone and jump in, or you can just type your question in the chat window, which, anything is fine. I'm going to open the chat window so that I'll see if anybody has a question, and you just type it in and I'll answer it right away. All right, so I've introduced myself. I'm the program director. I teach, I don't want to say all the courses. I teach almost all the courses, and then we have other faculty members who teach more specialized courses. As I mentioned, a graduate certificate, also called professional certificate, is a short course of study designed for professionals who wish to hone their skills in a particular area. And in the context of this certificate, my certificate is focused on technology integration in the language classroom. And so it is a 12-credit program. It is fully online, and the cost is $495 per credit hour. And it really is a program that is designed for word language educators. If you're curious about who takes our courses, a lot of people take our courses. These are the students who are showcased on the student story page on our website. I have a page on our website where I interview students who have completed the program or who are in the middle of the program, and I just ask them about their experience. It's pretty short. It's under student stories on our website, and you can click on any of the students and read a little bit about their background, their stories, and also what they've gained from being in the certificate program. We have students from all over the world, but the majority of them are high school and college or community college language teachers in the US. But Mark here is from the Philippines, and we currently have a student who lives in Japan. With Margot lived in Berlin when she took the certificate program. And so one of the benefits of the program is that you meet great people. And through the stories, through my interviews with the students, what I found out is that what students like the best about the program is the people they get to meet. So that's definitely a benefit. Moving on here to our courses. So these are the courses currently in the program, and the courses that have an asterisk are the courses that are currently open for registration. So I'll talk a little bit about the spring courses in a moment, but these are all the courses that are in the program. And then on the website, on the course page, you will see what is offered when. And that really allows you to customize the program and decide when you're going to take what. One thing to keep in mind, let's see, the tools and practice courses also offered fall and spring. If you're planning on pursuing the certificate, you need to take it once. You can't take it twice. It's okay. Actually, a lot of students have taken it twice because the fall and spring themes are different. So it's not the same course. And let's see. The Language and Technology Foundation course is one of the few 3 credit hour courses, and it's only offered in the summer, and it's the second requirement. All right. So before I talk about the summer courses, I want to talk a little bit about the program itself. It really is roughly half a master's. There is no capstone required. But there is a certain amount of time that is required for you to work through the courses. I try to not offer 2 courses at the same time. It's difficult, so usually the courses overlap a little bit, but this is to give all the students a chance to take as many courses as they want to, but not have 2 courses at the same time, because you're really looking at about 8 hours of work per week per course. These are graduate courses. So you need good time management skills. I'll talk a little bit about the deadlines. The courses are primarily asynchronous, and so and they're usually open. As soon as you get in the course, you can see what's coming, so you can work ahead. But it's still important to have good time management skills and to know exactly when you're going to do the readings, when you're going to jump on the discussion board. You do need some technical skills, but they're pretty limited. This is a program that is designed with differentiation in mind. And so I've had students who are really good with technology, much better than me. And then I've had students who were beginners who felt very uncomfortable and very intimidated by technology. And the course is really built to meet the needs of all these students. What you need to be able to do is check your email, follow directions, that's about it, really. You need a good internet connection, obviously, and a computer, not a tablet. But other than that, I provide a lot of scaffolding and I provide a lot of help throughout the program. You need also good communication skills because our discussions take place on the discussion board. And so you need to be able to contribute to the discussion board, and the discussions are in English. We have a lot of non-native speakers of English in the courses. It's never been an issue. Some students request the readings ahead of time, which, by now is not even necessary anymore because all the courses are open. By week 2 of each course, everything, all the materials and all the readings are available. So we don't have an English proficiency requirement. And then Another quality that we're looking in our students in is creative thinking and collaborative skills. You don't do a lot of project where you really collaborate with the students in the course. Like there's no team work per se, but we do a lot of lesson planning, and every week you have to look at what the other students are doing in the class and you have to provide them with feedback. And so you do need an ability and a willingness to provide useful feedback and kind feedback. And finally, grit and independence. These are definitely some skills that have become popular again lately, and studying online can be a little lonely sometimes, and so you do need to be self-motivated to get through the courses. That said, there are plenty of opportunities for student-to-student interaction, and so it's not, those courses are really, they're really interactive. So you're rarely alone, doing anything alone. So these are roughly, the expectations or the skills that we would like you to bring to the table if you want to be successful in this program. So what you'll do, well, the first thing that you do when you start a course is meet with me one-on-one via video conferencing so that we can get to know each other and meet your classmates. We usually have about 12 to 16 students per course, and it's a very exciting part of the course. This is where you get to meet people from everywhere in the US or everywhere else in the world. Everybody has different expertise and experience. We have teachers who are just doing the program for fun because they're close to retirement and they want to do something just to still advance their teaching skills and learn new things. And then we have teachers who are still in service going through their teacher ed program. We have teachers with 2 years of experience, 20 years of teaching experience, teaching French and Spanish, I have to say primarily, but also German and Hindi and Chinese. And so it's really nice. It's a community of teachers. It's definitely a great aspect of the certificate courses. In almost all the courses, we cover one theme per week. And so the new weeks start on Sunday, and you have some readings to do. And then by Wednesday, you have to answer some questions on the discussion board. And you have plenty of guidelines and examples. And then between Wednesday and Saturday, you contribute to the discussion. And then usually there's a second deadline on Saturday where a small assignment or a portion of a final project is due. So there in the certificate courses, you're never in a situation where it's week 8 of the course and you have a 20-page paper that's due. All the work is scaffolded over the course of 8 weeks. All the research projects are scaffolded over the course of 8 weeks, so that there is never anything that's really enormous that is due at the end. And that's because all the teachers in the program are currently teaching and they're really busy. Let's see, so 2 deadlines per week, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday. And the deadline on Wednesday, you can post, some students post on Sunday or Monday. So there is flexibility there as long as you've posted by the deadline. And then in terms of the other things you will do in the courses, you will read book chapters, articles, blog posts, you will watch videos, you will read infographics. You will discuss those readings with your classmates every week. We have very active discussions on the discussion board. And sometimes we also have live discussions. They are not required. And some semesters we have a lot of them, and other semesters everybody's too busy to have them, which is fine. But they're definitely a nice aspect of the course. You will do lesson planning. You will do guided technology explorations. You will sometimes interview experts in the field, especially if you're planning on signing up for the Emerging Tools in Practice course. So these are all the things that you do in the course. Everything is really guided, but at the same time, all the assignments and the deliverables are built and designed to be useful for you and to really integrate with your curriculum. So this is a sample assignment. And it's a deliverable that was due in my course last semester. And it was the fall version of Tools in Practice, where we have a week where we discuss using authentic resources. Very interesting, very engaged discussion. So we read about using authentic resources. We read a couple articles. And one thing that you'll find in the certificate is that we talk about technology a lot, but we talk about standards. We talk about, how to thoughtfully integrate technology in your curriculum, not to entertain your students or not just to get a break from your regular curriculum, but we really look at thoughtful technology integration, how to really exploit the potential of technology. And we always start with, what are your learning objectives and what is this technology going to bring to your teaching, to your classroom, to your students? So it's really, it has nothing to do with using technology for technology's sake. And so in this assignment, students were asked at the end of the week to design a 50-minute or 1-hour lesson plan on a website designed for native speakers of the language. And so all the students in the class completed this assignment. And one of the benefits of the program is that when you're done with this unit, if there are 13 students in the class, you really have 13 lesson plans. And even if you teach French and somebody built a lesson plan in Spanish on eating habits, it's quite easy to repurpose the wraparound activities that they create and apply them to a website, a French website. And so what you get out of those courses are also ideas that you can really apply in your classroom. I'm going to take just a brief break, and please let me know if you have any questions at this point. And in a moment, I will jump into a description of the spring courses. So I'll just wait here. You can unmute your microphone if you want, or you can just type in the chat window. This is the chat window. All right. So, and again, you can jump at any time and ask any questions you have. So let's talk about the 3 spring courses. The first one is called Emerging Tools in Practice. It's a 2 credit-hour course. It's 8 weeks, and it starts January 26th. There's plenty of room in the course right now. It's a course that is, the course is dedicated to emerging technologies, and not just emerging educational technology, but really emerging technology in general. And so we look at topics such as virtual reality, augmented reality, Breakout EDU, makerspaces, place-based language learning, and we look at digital game integration. There is in 7 topics, and so we look at each week we will look at one topic. What that means is that we're going to read articles, we're going to read interviews, we're going to conduct explorations, and we're going to do lesson planning. It's a great course. I taught it for the first time last spring, and it went really well because some of these technologies are still emerging. The special project associated with the course is an exploration project where you pick either one of those 7 themes or another emerging tool, and you conduct research over the course of 8 weeks. It's very scaffolded. You have to find articles. You discuss options with a librarian at CU via chat or video conferencing. You have to find people who use those tools and interview them and report on your findings. You have to think about 4 or 5 different ways that you could integrate those tools in your curriculum. And so at the end of the course, you will have learned about those 7 themes, but you will also have, in a way, become an expert in a theme of your choice, and you will present it in a showcase that we have on week 8 of the course. So that's the course. You can visit the course page and request a copy of the syllabus, but that's essentially what you will be doing. The next course is very different, and it's a course where you will be paired one-on-one with a native speaker of the language that you teach. It will not necessarily be a language teacher, but it will be a native speaker, and it will be a trained language partner. And every week, twice a week, for 5 weeks, you will meet with this language partner to work on your own proficiency. And so we will discuss goals as a group. Every week you will create a bullet list of 5 or 6 goals. They could be culture goals, they could be grammar-oriented, pronunciation-oriented, confidence-oriented, all of those. Your sessions with your language partner will be recorded, and then you will have to watch them or listen to them and write a short reflection, and then you will read other people's reflections as well. And in addition to these sessions with your language partners and your reflections, every week we're going to read short readings on the topic of developing oral proficiency for yourself and also obviously for your students. It's a really good course. And then later this spring, we're going to offer a course called Telecollaboration and Language Learning. So this course is different from the one I just discussed because it is a course where you learn about how to create tasks, how to create telecollaborative tasks. And so it's about partnering up your students with students in the target country. And it's about all the different types of activities that you can create to really use this exchange to advance your students' proficiency and intercultural competence. And so in this course, you will look at synchronous tools, you will look at asynchronous tools, you will look at examples, and it's also an 8-week course that starts March 30th. So that's it. These are the 3 courses that are offered in the spring. I will give you a preview of the summer courses, but before I do, as I mentioned, registration is fairly easy. And it's a 3-step process. If you've never taken courses with us, you have to apply for a student ID number, and that just takes a few minutes. It comes in your email. You have to, it takes about 15 minutes. You have to fill out a form, and then you receive instructions on how to identify, how to activate your CU credentials, and that's your CU login name and password. And once you have this information, you can go ahead and register for courses. If you register for a course, you will not hear from me until the Wednesday before the course starts. You're welcome to email me, but the course will start on a Saturday, and by Wednesday, I will email everybody in the course and send an information email and an orientation email. When you register, however, you have instructions on how to get started. When you go through the registration process, you actually have instructions on how to get set up on the new student orientation page. But generally, you will not hear from me before the Wednesday before the course starts, unless you're taking the course where you're paired with a native speaker of the language, because I will need to know what language you will want to work on. And then yeah, you can just go ahead and register for the spring courses right now. I'm going to go on the website just to give you an overview of the summer courses. So these are the summer 2018 courses, but we will offer the same courses this summer. We don't have the dates yet. In June, July, we will offer the second language acquisition and teaching methods course. In the past, this was offered as a 10-week, 3-credit-hour course, and this is going to be changed to an 8-week, 2-credit-hour course. And then at the end of June, I will offer the Language Technology Foundation course, and that will be really the only 3-credit-hour, 10-week course where we look at models of technology integration in the language classroom. We look at universal design, ADA compliance, copyright. We talk about how to talk about technology, grant writing, really some foundational themes that and topics that you need to be familiar with if you want to get the certificate. And then early July, the Digital Games and Language Learning course will start. It's an 8-week course, 2 credit hours, where you look at different ways to use games, digital games, gamification strategies in your curriculum. And we will offer the telecollaboration course, which actually here on the website it says it's 2 credit and 8 weeks, and I will change that because this is actually 1 credit hours and 6 weeks. So these are the summer courses. The last thing that I want to bring to your attention is the book club. If you don't have time for certificate courses, if you want to wait until the summer, that's absolutely fine. You can take the courses in any order. If you want to get the certificate, you have to complete it within 3 years. But if you were to take all the courses that are offered, you could finish it in 1 year, and it's being done very frequently. But if you want a less involved and more relaxed professional development opportunity, I suggest you join the book club. The book club is an informal group of language educators. There are about 300 or 350 language educators in the book club right now. And we just read book about teaching, not just language teaching. We actually just finished Bill Van Patten's book while we're on the topic, and we had a great discussion, and we read things like Social Media, a book on social media and education. We read Explore Like a Pirate, a book on gamification. And so the members of the group choose the book, and we read a book in the fall, in the spring, and in the summer, usually. And we haven't picked the spring book yet. So I have a couple slides where students in the program share their experience with the program. It is a small program. It's really unique. There are a few programs out there that are focused on technology and language learning. And so students in the past have really enjoyed taking courses with us, and I hope you'll decide to take courses with us too. If you don't want to hear it from me, you can email any of our students here who've offered to share information about the program, and they'll let you know what they'll answer, honestly, any questions that you'll have. All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for coming. And I really hope you'll decide to sign up for some courses. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. I'll stop the recording now.